I feel absolutely horrible for Chopper, man. After watching this episode, we learned a little bit more about the blue-nosed reindeer, aka Dr. Koreha's assistant. And it's heartbreaking. His upbringing was terrible. He was ostracized from his family from the get-go just because he looked different, because he had that blue nose. And as he was getting basically, taken away from his family by his own family, kicked out of his family, he ate this devil fruit, the human fruit, which made him a little bit even more different. And they literally kicked him out of the family entirely. And after that, he was on his own. He went to find a village of humans. He turned it into a human, but he still had the blue nose. He didn't quite look human enough. So he got to this village and they all did the same thing, even worse. They tried shooting at him. They called him a monster. They said that thing isn't human. So literally Chopper didn't fit in anywhere. He didn't fit in with his reindeer family. He didn't fit in with humans. There was nobody with him, like for him. He's been forced to be on his own and completely alienated from everybody. And it's really heartbreaking, especially as though he clearly has a good heart. I mean, he's working as a doctor, for God's sake. That's good enough. And there's also a scene in this episode where Sanji and Luffy are trying to shut the door in a castle, and it has a bunch of baby birds on top, and they don't realize, and Chopper sees that, and if they closed it, the baby birds would fall. So Chopper doesn't allow it to happen. And I mean, that just goes to show everything he's been through. A lot of people would have crumbled, would have turned evil and horrible after everything that Chopper's experienced growing up. But he still has a very good heart. And I nearly got really upset with Sanji and Luffy when they were talking about, Chopper being a monster and that he's small and then he grows into a large size and that he has a blue nose and stuff like that. And you see Chopper walking away crying. But it's then revealed that Luffy and Sanji actually think that's awesome and that makes him really cool, and they want Chopper to join them in on the journey. I hope Chopper hears that, because I'll be gutted if he thinks he's just being like bullied essentially again, because it broke my heart seeing this episode and seeing the way Chopper has been treated his whole life. It does make me extremely interested to see what the origin is of Dr. Koreha's and Chopper's relationship. How did they meet? Why did Dr. Koreha bring him on as an assistant? Did she realize that he's been basically on his own and not accepted by anyone, so she decided to take him in? Who knows? I think Dr. Koreha obviously has a good heart, even though she does do some corrupt things like taking people's stuff after treating them. But I think in general, she is really nice. She even asks all the time her patients, "Are you happy?" I don't know. I feel like that's going to have some sort of consequence eventually, and we'll learn more about why she does that. But I really want to know about the base of Chopper and Dr. Koreha's relationship. Like, how did it all start? But I mean, it makes absolute total sense now why Chopper was so apprehensive and scared when Nami woke up, because of the experience he has had with humans. Not just humans, but everybody. But, the humans shooting at him, calling him a monster. As soon as, Nami, Luffy, and Sanji saw him, especially Sanji and Luffy, as soon as they woke up, they wanted to eat him. Sanji was talking about cooking venison and Luffy was talking about eating meat, and they chased him. I can't imagine the sort of psychological and torment that Chopper has gone through over the years. And to have that happen is terrifying. It's sort of played for laughs in this episode, that scene, but this psychological damage that must have done to Chopper, I can't even imagine. I just really, really hope that Chopper finds some people that he can actually fit in with and accept him beyond just Dr. Koreha. And hopefully it's the Straw Hat Pirates. I'm really hoping that he joins them, because I think he could add a lot. I mean, he's a doctor, but just as a character, I want to know more about him, because he has a really interesting origin, and I think he has a lot of potential for sort of character growth and progression, basically. And I want to see him be able to, rebuild his relationship with humans and actually start sort of like be a part of a family like the Straw Hats. For now, it's no wonder that Chopper basically refuses to leave Dr. Koreha's side or the castle, because, he must have insane trust issues at this point. But besides all that, Luffy, Sanji, and Nami have basically been cured by Dr. Koreha and Chopper. Nami still has to stay bedbound for a few days, and Dr. Koreha was terrifying. She said, "People either leave this clinic dead or healthy." So Nami tried to leave, and Dr. Koreha basically threatened her with a knife. So she's quite intense when she wants to be, but again, I'm pretty sure Dr. Koreha has a very good heart as well. Even the scene at the beginning of this episode when Luffy makes it to the top of the tower and collapses with frostbite and hypothermia and all that sort of stuff, and Dr. Koreha comes out and Luffy grabs her and says, "They're my friends." There's a lot of power behind that. And Dr. Koreha basically promises him that, she'll fix all of them. And she does. They all seem healthy right now. And I don't know how Luffy and Sanji are already up and about running around this castle that's filled with snow. By the way, a super cool set piece. This castle in general just looks really cool to me. But yeah, anyway, there was a lot in this episode I thought was really, really good. But the main thing is Chopper. I want to learn more about him. And I really hope he just finds a good home and a good family to hang out with and good friends, because he deserves it, man, after all he's been through. Fuck those reindeer and fuck those people in the village, man. Yeah, but that's all I got to say. But I'm excited to learn more about Dr. Konoha and Chopper and see where this all goes. This arc has been amazing so far.